Now joined by one of the GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. It's Cameron Blizzard of the wrestling team. Cam, 2-0 last week for yourself and for the team. Wins over Shenandoah and Averett. Thursday night at home. It was senior night here. Yourself, a few others honored before the match. Just take us through the whole senior day kind of, scenario. Kind of how'd you feel having the family and everyone else like there, and then going on and putting on a good performance as well.
Well, it all started with trying to recruit a crowd to come out. So earlier in the week, letting all my buddies know, that we had senior night that Saturday or that Thursday, and everybody did a great job of coming out. We had the best crowd we've had all year, maybe the best we've had since I've been here. So that was really fun. It was nice to see my family and all my friends there supporting me. So it was a good senior night.
And then for your match itself, you got so mightily close to a pin there right at the end of the second round. If the round was maybe a half second longer, you probably would have had it, but you still pick up a big win really early into the third round as well. Just kind of take us through the match on Thursday too.
Yep. So I got a younger guy, from Shenandoah. So it was my first time wrestling him, and just kind of came after him and tried to take him out quickly. First period ended, when I had him on his back, but second period I picked up the quick tech fall, so it was fun.
And then Saturday's match against Averett, very different scenario you find yourself in. You find yourself against a very highly ranked opponent, and you still came away with a win. Just talk about what was the game plan going in, how did you execute, and how was your team able to pick up a big win against a pretty solid Averett squad as well?
Yep, so going into that one, lost him earlier this year by about, I think, 8 points earlier in the year, so it was nice to turn that one around. Had a few different positions that I know he's good out of, that I know I'm not great out of, and tried to avoid being in those positions and go to the positions I'm good in, and win from there. And it was awesome to ride on the back of my teammates who won a few matches before me, and then to get to sit back and watch the rest of the night unfold and really take care of business there. It was fun.
So this week, a little bit of an off week from a competition perspective. You only have a couple of some smaller meets before the conference championship in just about 2 weeks' time. How are you mentally, physically, emotionally getting ready for the conference championship and kind of the back half of the season, really championship season just right around the corner?
Yep, so this is the time of the year where you really have to start peaking. So that means our strategy is kind of, faster, harder workouts, get in and get out, be light on the body, but hard on the conditioning. But also just being happy is a big part of it. Trying to do everything we can to, just go into the regional tournament with a smile on our faces, and it helps me loosen up and wrestle better. So that's a big point of emphasis from Coach Scheer and Coach Radsky is, maintaining, positive mentality and having a good time with it.
It's Cameron Blizzard of the wrestling team, one of our GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. Cam, thanks for joining us, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Oh, thank you.
Now joined by one of the GeneralSports.com athletes of the week, it's Sophia Rollo of the women's swimming team. Sophia, last week 2 wins, 1 relay, 1 individual event, a pair of second-place finishes as well. How would you assess how you swam at Randolph-Macon on Saturday?
I think I swam well. It was a meet that you kind of have to just get up and go because it's a travel meet. We drove 2.5 hours to Randolph-Macon, and it's one of the last meets that we have going into our conference championship. So not necessarily like we're losing steam, but we kind of just have to gather all of our strength to get ready and race. Randolph-Macon's a good team, and they put really good swims against us. So we had to have good swims, and I think I swam well given the circumstances and just getting ready for our conference coming up.
So that was a second meet coming out of the winter break, kind of an extended winter break, because really the last time you guys competed before the holidays and before finals was actually prior to Thanksgiving. So to have 2 races now under the belt coming out of the break back into the winter term here, kind of where would you see where your team's at, and what did you really work on during that extended time off?
Yeah, that extended time off was really helpful for us because we did have a good Franklin Marshall Invitational. We saw what we needed to work on, but we did have really good swims. So in our break, we really focused on, like the little things like starts and turns and just technique and everything like that. Especially over our training trip, we went to Miami, Florida, and got a lot of good work in. And then when we came back early for the semester, got more work in. So I think we took all of that we worked on into these next 2 meets. And, obviously there are still things we need to work on going into the conference meet, but I think even our coach said we're looking really good, and we are just stepping up to the plate and racing anyone that we can right now. So it's really preparing us well for conference.
Another meet on Friday at VMI, then the conference meet just about 2 weeks away now as you enter kind of this final stretch for the push for the conference championship and kind of then that layoff again before nationals. What are you doing in the last couple weeks to get ready, and how do you push through and get through the finish line of getting all the way through that conference championship week? Because it's not just a one-day event, it spans over a couple days, so you have to be able to bring that energy every single day.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. This is like a really important part of our season. This weekend, we're just going to work on what we need to work on, like the little things, making sure everything's all fine-tuned, ready to go into conference. And now we're starting to go down in our training, in the water. We're doing less yardage, working more on quality, and focusing a lot on recovery, making sure that we're resting, staying hydrated, getting sleep, all those little things, just so that when we come to conference, and like you said, it's over a span of a couple of days, we need to be well rested and well prepared for all the competing that we're going to be doing.
She's Sophia Rollo of the women's swimming team and one of our GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. Sophia, thanks for joining us, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.